Okay, hi Year 11. This video is just helping you revise the idea of speed, distance and time. So I want to think about which one is the correct formula. Well, the correct formula is always speed equals distance over time and any variation of that, okay? So we can say time is equal to distance over speed, and distance is equal to speed times time. Remember, you probably learnt in physics this little triangle, or maybe with Mr. Angus. Speed equals distance over time, and you use your thumb to work out what the others are. So this is wrong. Speed doesn't equal distance times time. Time equals distance over speed. That's right. That's wrong. Distance equals speed over time. That's wrong. Okay, that's the one that's correct there. Okay, so you need to know the speed, distance, time formula, and you need to be able to rearrange it. Okay. Now, a car travelled at 150 kilometres in 3 hours. What was its average speed? Very easy. Speed equals distance over time. Speed equals a distance of 150 over time of 3. So it'd be 50 kilometres per hour. Nothing too complex about that. Now, what about this one? A jogger travels at 5 metres per second for 30 seconds. How far does she travel? So how far implies we want distance. Distance, so let's rearrange. Speed equals distance over time. So distance equals speed times time. Okay, so distance is equal to your speed, which is 5, times your time, which is 30. Whoops. So it must be equal to 150 metres. And this is easy because the units are consistent. This is metres per second. This is second. So the answer is in metres. Okay. What about this one? A cyclist travels 6 kilometres at a steady 12 metres per second. How much time does this take? So speed equals distance over time. So time equals distance over speed. Time is equal to distance of 6 divided by 12. So it seems to be a half. What does that mean? Half a second, half an hour? What are we talking here? Okay, basically it's wrong. What you've done is wrong simply because we've mixed units. Okay, this is meters per second and this is kilometers. What we need to do is make sure the units are consistent. So we can either change this into meters or change this into kilometers, probably per hour. Well, let's actually do both. Let's first of all do it with 6 kilometers, or 6 kilometers equals 6,000 meters. So now instead of doing D as 6, we're going to do D as 6,000 divided by 12 meters per second. So use a calculator. 6,000 divided by 12 equals 500. That's 500 seconds. Okay? 500 seconds, what's that in minutes? 500 divided by 60. 500 divided by 60 equals, well, about 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay? Hopefully you understand why that's the case. Now, we could do it another way. What we could do, and you probably wouldn't do it for this example because it's very easy what we've done, is change 12 meters per second into kilometers per hour. Okay, so 12 meters per second. Well, what is 12 meters as a kilometer? Well, that's 12 over 1,000. Okay. Per second, how many seconds are there in an hour? Well, how many seconds are there in an hour? There's 60 seconds in a minute times, so 60 seconds in a minute times 60 minutes in an hour. Okay, so we've got to times that by 3,600. Okay, so 12 times 3,600 divided by 1,000 equals 43.2 kilometers per hour. Okay, now we can say that distance is equal to, time is equal to distance over speed, which is, what is my distance here is 6 divided by 43.2 kilometers per hour. So 6 divided by 43.2 equals 0.138 recurring hours. And now what we need to do is see if we can change that into minutes and seconds, and if you do it properly, you'll end up with 500 seconds. So I do need you to be able to change speed units of measurement as well. So you need to be able to change meters per second into kilometers per minute or kilometers per hour, something like that. Okay, so if you can't do that, let me know and I will help you. Right, so we have a go at doing each of these. Okay, stop your video and have a go. Okay. Now these ones here, if a car travels 40 kilometers in 30 minutes, what you need to do is change that 30 minutes into hours. That's half an hour. So 40 divided by half, which is 80. Okay. 20 minutes is a third of an hour. Okay, a third of an hour, 0.3 recurring. 40 minutes, 2/3 of an hour. Okay, so it'd be 20 divided by 2/3. 60 divided by 2/3. Okay, so because you want your speed in kilometers per hour, you need to make sure the units of measurement are kilometers divided by hours. Don't try to do kilometers divided by minutes, or else the answer is in kilometers per minute. Okay? So have a go at these 3 questions here. Here are the answers. Okay, let me know if you need any help with that. It should be easy. Okay, look here, we're making sure that that is in hours, not in minutes. Okay, again, have a go at these ones. Be very, very careful. Make sure you're using the right units. Stop your video. Okay, here are the answers. Okay, and some more. Stop your video and have a go. Okay, 18 minutes. What speed would you need to travel to complete a 3-mile journey in 18 minutes? 18 minutes is 18 divided by 60. That's 0.3 of an hour. So 3 divided by 0.3 equals 10 miles per hour. Okay, make sure you're doing that correctly. So explain the mistake here. Very easy to spot. The train covers 27 kilometers in 18 minutes. Find the average speed of the train. It's not 27 divided by 18. It's 27 divided by 0.3, because 18 minutes is 0.3 hours. Okay? Exam style question. Have a go. Stop your video. Okay. Here are the answers. Ignore this one because we don't need to do bound, so let's fly by this one. Here's a little challenge question. Carlos and Luis are travelling by car from Barcelona to Madrid. Carlos drives the first half of the distance at an average speed of 60. Luis drives the second half of the distance at an average speed of 40. assuming that the time spent swapping drivers at halfway point took a negligible amount of time, that means no time, what was the average speed over the whole journey? Now, it's really tempting to say the answer is 50 kilometres here, but it's not. So stop your video, have a go, and then I'm going to go through it. Okay, the way to do this is to let's write down your speed, your distance, and your time. So I'm going to make the distance be equal to the total distance be equal to 2x. Because that way, the distance Carlos has driven is x, and the distance that Lewis has driven is also x. Okay? And the speed of Carlos is equal to 60, and the speed of Lewis is equal to 40. So what I can do is I can find out the time for Carlos. Okay, time is equal to distance over speed. So that's going to be x over 60 for Carlos. Carlos took x over 60. And the time for Lewis is x again over speed was 40. Okay, so the total time taken must be equal to x over 60, that's Carlos's time, plus Lewis's time, x over 40. So what was the speed? Well, the speed is distance over time, so it must be 2x over x over 60 plus x over 40. So let's add the fractions at the bottom. It's going to be, see if you really understand fractions. It's going to be 5x over 120. And then that's 2x divided by 5x over 120, which becomes 2x times 120 over 5x. Notice x's cancel out, and 2 times 120 over 5 is equal to 48. So the answer is 48 kilometres per hour. Okay? Please learn how to change meters per second into kilometres per minute and kilometres per hour. Massive hint. You're going to need to know that on your mock exam, so learn it. Okay?